Okay, welcome and welcome back to the channel and to this new video that I'm putting out to all my education giants out there. I hope you are doing exceptionally well. Alright, a big shout out going to Don Dixon and Dimples, and Dimples is no other than Kaylee Daly. So they commented on the last video, right, on the last social studies video. Alright, so for today we're looking at the Caribbean festivals, or those festivals that were brought here by those indentured laborers, workers, those people, right, in the brought to the Caribbean by them. And so we have two sets of festivals. We have one set that is religious and we have another set that is secular. For this video we're looking at the religious festivals or celebrations of these people in the Caribbean. So what are festivals, right? Festivals are just celebrations, simple celebrations. These can either be religious or secular. Now secular festivals are non-religious. So a non-religious festival is also called a secular festival. But remember that for this video we're looking at religious festivals, right? Alright guys, remember to like, comment, share and subscribe if you have not done so yet. Alright, so let's move on. So I hope you're paying keen attention to what a festival is. It's just a celebration. Alright, so religious festivals, these are the ones that we're focusing on in this video. We're looking at Christmas, some say Christmas, we're looking at Easter, we're looking at Diwali, we're looking at Eid-Ul-Fitr, which happens at the end of Ramadan, we're looking at Hosay, and we're looking at Passover. So these are the religious festivals that we'll focus on in this video. So the Christian festivals. Now, Christianity, as most of us would know, Christianity is the most common religion in the Caribbean, right? It's the most common, if you want to say most popular in the Caribbean. It was brought here by the Europeans. So the Europeans were the ones who brought Christianity to the Caribbean. Most Christian festivals are public holidays because Caribbean states are mainly Christian. So the states are mainly Christian states, the countries are mainly Christian country, or the head of state, right? And so you find that most of the Christian festivals or celebrations are rendered public holidays. Now let's look at what Christmas is, right? It is really celebrated on December 25, and it's all about the birth of Jesus. Now we know what comes around at Christmas time, and boy, as I'm saying this, we can hear the bells, right? And we can hear the carols being sung. Yes, so Christmas is marked by feasting. It is marked by feasting, dancing, exchange of gifts. Do you love gifts? I know you do. Worshipping, visiting relatives and friends, sending of cards, etc. Right? So during this time you have a whole lot of things. We have the eating of cake and all these things, sorrel, we drink sorrel. A whole lot of things happen during this time. It is a very festive season, and again it's celebrated on December 25 to really commemorate the birth of Christ. Let's look at Christmas, or this Christian festival, Christmas in Barbados. So this, pay keen attention that this is a very important celebration in Barbados. Very important celebration, right? This one here, they would light candles everywhere. So everywhere you look, you're seeing lights and candles. On Christmas morning, many go to watch the Christmas parade. Local companies sponsor floats and collect monies for charities. Some people dress up as Santa Claus. Others as their special characters or in their fashionable clothes. You know what happens at Christmas time, that everybody buy them new suit and all these things. So some will dress as Santa Claus, some as their special characters, and some just want to wear them pretty clothes. Alright, so families now in Barbados, they have Christmas tree like we do in Jamaica and other parts of the world or Caribbean. They have Christmas tree and decorations. They do exchange of gifts. They eat a special lunch, right? So for lunch they would eat baked ham with chicken or turkey and a special food called jug jug. Say jug jug. Alright, so that's a special food the Barbadians would eat at Christmas time. It's called jug jug. And now jug jug is made of peas, onions and ham. And if any of our Barbadian friends out there hearing us, and if we're mispronouncing that word, please type the correct pronunciation in the chat for us. We're calling it jug jug, so let's hear what it is if we're correct. Alright, people in Barbados also have puddings, coconut bread, right, homemade sorrel. I'll drink some sorrel right now. Ginger beer and rum cakes. So that's what happens at Christmas time in Barbados. Somewhat similar to what we have here, but we don't have the jug jug. We have something else that we do here in Jamaica, right? So let's look at Easter now. So look at it now. The two Christian festivals are Christmas and Easter. Easter is celebrated to remember the death and resurrection of Jesus. Ash Wednesday is a public holiday that really marks the beginning of the season called Lent that ends with church services on Good Friday and Easter Sunday. I have Monday here, it's Easter Sunday. So we have the services on Good Friday and on Easter Sunday. Alright? So this one should be Sunday, Sunday. Alright, so that is it. The two Christian festivals are Easter and Christmas. Let's look at what Easter is like in the Dominican Republic. So Holy Week, they have what they call Holy Week in the Dominican. I'm having a tongue tie, guys. So Holy Week in the Dominican Republic is Semana Santa, right? Say Semana Santa. And if again anybody in that region hearing us pronouncing and we're mispronouncing, then let us know the correct pronunciation, right? Where there are processions and festivals in many towns. So the Semana Santa, which is their Holy Week, they have processions and festivals in many towns there. There are music, dance, and ceremonies about death and rebirth. On Holy Thursday and Good Friday, you can find Christian parades, which is procession. In this, they would be in costumes and they would be carrying figures of Jesus. Most people there are Roman Catholic, right? So most people there in the Dominican Republic are Roman Catholic. So they attend Mass on Good Friday and Easter Sunday. Folk stories are told to the children. They eat traditional foods such as fish and sweet beans. Some people visit their families, and many families there in the Dominican Republic find or make their way to the beach. Sounds like we could do with some of that right now. Can you swim, by the way? I can't. Alright, so again, those are the two Christian festivals, Easter and Christmas. Let's look at Hindu festivals. I remember these are religious as well, but these are for now the Hindu people, right? Diwali. This one was brought to the Caribbean by the Indian Hindus. It is also known as the Festival of Lights. What comes to mind? Christmas tree, pepper light. What comes to your mind? Right, so it's also known as the Festival of Lights. So from you hear this, you know there must be dozens of lights, if not thousands of lights, right? This festival is especially especially celebrated in Guyana and Trinidad and Tobago. So the Diwali is mostly celebrated in Guyana, Trinidad and Tobago, and this is so because you can find the Indian population in a larger quantity there. You have more Indian people in those Caribbean islands than you would have in like in Jamaica, right? Diwali is a national holiday in Trinidad and Tobago and Guyana, right? So this is a national holiday for them. It's their religious festival, Diwali. All right. Let's go. So look at Diwali in Guyana. The indentured laborers brought Diwali to Guyana. The Hindus celebrate this to pay tribute to Mother Lakshmi, who is the goddess of prosperity and wealth. Again, if anybody in Guyana hearing us pronouncing this word, Mother Lakshmi, if that's not the proper pronunciation, let us know. Alright, no harm intended. Alright, so children in Guyana, in celebration of this festival, would come together with their families for 9 days, right? So this celebration, this festival lasts for 9 days, and they would come together now to listen to stories about Hindu gods and also act parts, being dressed in highly colored costumes, right? On the last day now of Diwali, this is when they would the last day they would light dayas, which are small lamps, tiny lamps, you may say little lamps, right, around their homes and on the streets. Most Hindus pray to Mother Lakshmi and give an offering of water and flowers early in the morning, right? And then again in the evening they would go back and worship again. So in the capital now, like you have Kingston being the capital of Jamaica, so in the capital of Guyana, they have cultural events and procession of floats with pictures or statues of Hindu gods and hundreds of little lights or hundreds of lights. Can you imagine? Have a mental picture of that, what that must be like. Hundreds of light in the city, right? Celebrating their religious festival. Must be looking awesome. Alright, so again, the religious festival for Christians are Easter and Christmas. The religious festival for the Hindus is Diwali. Now let's look at those for the Muslims. So Muslim festivals, right? Eid-Ul-Fitr, and this one happens at the end of Ramadan. And then we have Hosay, and in brackets you'll see I have Hosay, which is what we call it in Jamaica. So East Indians brought these festivals to the Caribbean. So these Muslim festivals were brought to the Caribbean by the East Indians. These festivals are mostly celebrated in Trinidad and Tobago and Guyana, right? This was typed up in a rush, guys, and so your Trinidad is with common T, you know it should be with capital T. It's a proper noun, which is a special name of a place, so it must be written with a capital T. So again, we're doing language arts right here, so should be a capital T. It was written in rush because I wanted to get this video off to you. Alright, so Christian festival would be Easter and Christmas. Hindu festival, Diwali, lasts for how many days? I bet you don't remember. Oh, you're correct. It's 9 days, yes. And now we have the Muslim festivals, Eid-Ul-Fitr and Hosay. Now let's look at Hosay in Trinidad. Hossein or Hossein. It is celebrated in Trinidad and Tobago in memory of the assassination of the grandson of the Prophet Muhammad. In Jamaica, it is called Hosay. In this festival, or in the festival of Hosay, there is dancing through the streets to the sound of drums. During this march, they have beautifully decorated mosques made of paper and bamboo, and they call these 𝗘𝗗𝗧𝗦, right? 𝗘𝗗𝗧𝗦, which are carried through the streets. So they carry their 𝗘𝗗𝗧 through the streets. Now the festival lasts for 3 days. So unlike Diwali, which lasts for 9 days, this one Hosay lasts for 3 days. The 𝗘𝗗𝗧 is thrown into the sea or river on the last day. So this is how they end the festival. They throw the 𝗘𝗗𝗧 into the river or sea. Hosay has become a traditional part of the Trinidadian culture, seeing even people now who are not even Muslims at all participating in this celebration or festival. So we've looked at the religious festival for Christianity, Hinduism. We've looked at it for Muslims, which is Islam, and now we're looking at it for the Jewish people, the Jews. Alright, so here is their religious festival or celebration. It is called Passover. Right? Say Passover. Yeah. The Jews were brought to the Caribbean by the Spaniards. So they came here as a result of the Spaniards bringing them here or taking them here. The Jews brought their celebration or festival Passover with them. Jewish families normally celebrate Passover at home, and they do so reading Passover story, telling the story of their ancestors, and reminding themselves about their freedom. Who loves freedom? Everybody loves freedom, right? Everybody does. So during this time of Passover, they would tell the stories and read the Passover stories, tell the stories of their ancestors, and really remind themselves, yes, of their freedom. During this celebration, right, during Passover, Jews eat foods that really remind them of the Jewish people and their hardship, right? They too had a hard time. So they would eat foods that are really going to remind them of what they've been through, what their ancestors went through, the hardship of the Jewish people. One such food is a mixture of apples. So they would mix apples, wines, and cinnamon. And this mixture now, think of it, look at it now, crushed up, coming like more like mashed potato smoothie kind of thing. Wouldn't be so much smoothie, but more so mashed potato. You know, you mix in mortar, concrete to do what you're doing. Yes. So this food, one such food that they would eat at this time, is a mixture of apples, wine, and cinnamon that reminds them of the mortar that the slaves mixed to cement their bricks. So as they were doing their brick work, putting the bricks together, they would mix their mortar, same thing we call concrete. So they would mix it. And so now during Passover, the Jews, to commemorate, to bring back memory, to really relive the moment, right, they would mix up the apple, mix it with wine and cinnamon, and as they have it, they are remembering the hardship of their people, right, their Jewish people, and what they went through during being slaves, right? So again, guys, a quick recap is that the festival, religious festivals of Christianity is Christmas and Easter. That of the Hindus' religious festival is Diwali, and the two of the Jews, the Muslims, are Eid-Ul-Fitr and Hosay. And then we have the Passover for the Jews. Now guys, that's it for our religious festivals that we do celebrate in the Caribbean. That's it guys, and good job. Now remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. Now I'll be calling out the names of my commenters in the next social studies video. Until then, education giants, walk good, and out of here.